news. It's called your local news that's, shown 50 times a day. The network world news, be it ABC, CBS, NBC. These morning shows are not considered news programs. They're considered entertainment programs. And that's why they are allowed to interject a lot of their opinion into things. Real news does not interject an opinion. Watch David Muir on ABC. He will never give you an opinion. Now, I do see it from time to time on some of my morning programs on the local news channel, and I don't think they should be doing that either, but they still do. It kind of annoys me, but nobody listens to me when I write and tell them that it's annoying me. I don't actually do that, but I'm assuming that they would not care. So try and keep in mind what you're watching. Fox News, not real news. CNN, not real news. I mean, it's real news, but yeah, if you can interject your opinion into it, it's not a straightforward newscast. So those are still intact. I insist that they're still intact. I've been in the media for many years, so I take this as a personal affront when people throw around the fake news term, which I think that the president just made up to discredit the media. I'm not saying the media is perfect. I know the media is not perfect. I know, especially being in the media, I know you can slant a story to any way that you want to slant it. But it seems like an attack. I feel like the media is under attack and everybody's just trying to do their job. So I do, especially when it came to my work situation, try to make sure that the information was accurate. And if somebody challenged me on it, I would be like, oh no, I'm right. I know. But I don't know everything. I'm not always right, as much as I hate to admit that. But I am guilty of insisting on my rightness and holding my ground when it tends to end up hurting instead of helping, like the Neil Patrick Harris example. Yeah, that was a kick in the face. So this is my stubbornness kicking in, and being stubborn along with the need to be right is not the greatest pairing. But going back to the quote from Dr. Phil, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? When you put it like that, it seems a little bit of a silly decision, but there are times that you just are so stubborn and hell-bent on your position that you'd rather be right. Now, there's times that I fought with my husband, and I will give him the silent treatment, although he probably secretly loves that. But who does that really help? That is something that I learned growing up. My mom was a big one on the silent treatment. She would go days without speaking to my stepdad and even us kids if she was mad at us. Now, I rarely do the silent treatment at all anymore. I did a little bit in the beginning of our marriage, and then I just realized it's not helpful. It's just silly. And communication is what gets you through this stuff. It's easy and natural to get mad, but talk about the reasons you're mad. The person you're mad at may think it's something completely different than what you're really upset about. So I had gotten into a huge fight with my sister a while back. I had felt like she was taking me a little bit for granted. I felt like she owed me an apology and or a thank you for a situation that had happened. Now, I thought, and I think I did try to broach the subject in a calm, rational way, but it just kind of spiraled out of control really quickly, so that was not successful. We had a bunch of words back and forth and then didn't speak for 6 months. So in addition to my need to be right, I thought it was a matter of teaching people how to treat you. I thought that since she knew all I wanted was a thank you or an apology and refused to give it, that I just wasn't very important to her. I didn't feel like that was a lot to ask. So what should I have done? Well, I should have said the exact same thing I just said. I should have said, all I wanted was a thank you or an apology. And since you didn't give it to me, I just feel like I'm not very important to you, instead of not talking for 6 months. This way, she would have known exactly where I was coming from. There wouldn't have been all this guesswork and this, sitting around being mad. I should have said, I don't want to fight, but I'm upset. Now, she saw this situation entirely differently, and that's okay. We worked it out. We now talk almost every day. She might be a little miffed that I've brought this up. I don't know. I will receive a text, I'm sure, at some point. I didn't bring it up to revisit it, but that was a situation where I definitely hurt myself. I don't know. I just hurt myself a lot in this situation. used to literally think about it every day in the shower. It was like the first thing that popped into my mind, the fact that I wasn't talking to my sister and how hurt I was in the situation and how I just was so distraught over everything. And it caused me so much undue stress. If I would have just given in and talked, then I wouldn't have had to go through all of that. And fortunately, the older we get, the more we realize that sometimes these things just aren't worth it. So the next time you are mad about something, think about if you will be mad next year, next month, even next week. Is it worth it? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Yep, as simple as that. You often end up torturing yourself the most in these situations anyway, like I said. So let it go, move on, have your say, and be satisfied with the fact that you did your best. Now, if someone is treating you like crap, that is a completely different story. I've talked about this before. No one is entitled to treat you like crap. If you have tried to tell someone you don't like the way that they're treating you and the way that they make you feel, and they continue with that same behavior, then it's time to give them the old heave-ho. Get them out of here. Boot them out of your life. You have to decide how important people are to you and if the good they bring to your life outweighs the bad, because nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. You're always going to have opposite views of certain things. Is there more good than bad? Then maybe it's worth sticking out. So try to let go of the need to be right all the time. I know it's hard. Trust me. But if I can make progress, if this former pessimist can make progress, I know you can too. It's just not worth it to have to be right. I'd rather be happy. In fact, let people go on about something you know they are obviously completely wrong about. Just nod your head and say nothing. It's actually fun. It's like this great satisfaction when they are insisting that they are right when you know they are not. It's fun, actually. I've done it quite a bit, especially with my former partner. He insisted he was right all the time and was almost never right. Just go, huh? Okay, whatever you say. So it is I wish it were a Cocktail Friday Thursday. And I hope that you are looking forward to the weekend. I hope that you have something fabulous planned. I hope that you have a lot of fun no matter what you're doing today and over the weekend. And make it your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.